Hello, we calling this Prosper Bros Reviews. This is a new channel for us. My name is Young Prosper. I'm the older brother, and this is my little brother, Young Pat, or whatever you like to call him, Patchy. You know what I'm saying? My guy, though, he do his thing. Well, this time we're gonna be reacting to Lantern's official trailer number 2. Now, I had to say this because I did this before, and I'm gonna put a clip of this. I'm gonna go find it and put a clip of this. One time I was on Joe Budden's podcast, and I was talking about the idea of the Green Lantern show, and I literally said it needs to be a TV show. You need to do it in seasons as cop show. I'm not saying nobody else ain't ever had this idea, but I for sure did. But we're gonna react to it. Screen recording starting in 3, 2, 1. And this is an HBO thing, so you can find most of the stuff on HBO or YouTube.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe. When and if to use it,
Hold
that's
on.
the whole.
Now I'm gonna play this back because this right here.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon.
Obviously, that's Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. But I was curious about what this attack could have been. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm pretty versatile in comic books. I can't lie. My brother, honestly, is pretty good at them, too. I couldn't exactly tell you what villain this is. I know at some point in the trailer, there's a guy that they thought was atrocious, and I can't really confirm that. And that does look like red beams, but that could be a manhunter. You know, the robotic guys that were there before the Green Lanterns. They were the red, the silver, and the blue. That could be that instead shooting beams. And I'm not quite sure what it is. But I know the series is after Hal Jordan got old. I know that for a fact.
When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Jim.
I hope their constructs reflect who they are as well.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No.
And I like the idea, shout out DC. I like the idea that Hal Jordan is more of a, like, you know, fire pilot, free spirit, the wild guy, take a stream. His willpower is different than the guy that was in the military that's very serious about what he's trying to do, very dedicated to his mission. He knows that he's about to take the spot that's an honorable spot, and he's like, did you just counterfeit a $20 bill for the machine? What you think so far, Patrick? I know we just in the beginning.
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crazy, but I like how the fact that Hal Jordan's teaching them how to use the wings and stuff.
You like how it's passed down from Hal Jordan?
Yeah, it's like getting passed down to Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that's how it was technically in the comics. But the only thing was, it was more like he was supposed to be a reserve.
Yeah.
So, like, he was supposed to be somebody that, because the whole thing in the comics or whatever is that, like, Hal Jordan didn't think he should have it because he was kind of like a ruffian or whatever. And the dude was like one of the, what are they called? The blue guys, the little blue guys, what are they called? The guys in charge of the Green Lantern. I cannot think of their. I know Gambit, but I can't think of their name right now. But basically, they followed them around or whatever. The Guardians. They followed them around, and basically, Hal Jordan was like, I don't think this guy should be the Green Lantern, and he basically gave him a ring anyways because he felt his willpower, and he never put the mask on because he said it's already hard enough being black out here. I'm not gonna cover my face, basically. Jon Stewart was very good for black people in general, but I agree with you on what you were saying. I think it's cool that it's being passed down and shown.
Mentor.
I prefer it if it was the original way, but I mean, it's cool. I think there's something with the story of the one ring to rule them all. I think it's highly weird that he didn't go up top for training. He's getting trained directly from Hal Jordan. Like, there's something wrong on Oa right now. Like, you can't go to Oa or something.
Yeah, because in the beginning, they were, like, kind of, like, in the trailer, it was looking like something, like, was attacking.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got it. The ring.
You know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Oh, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
I find it interesting that he said that too. The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead body. I also think it's interesting that the time gap between them, because there wasn't that much of an age difference in the comic books. Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and Jon Stewart, they all kind of worked like together. They usually was in there at the same time. At least one point in time, they were in there at the same time. That's no lie. Even in the Justice League, there's been multiple Green Lanterns in the Justice League all at once. Like I said, the one ring to rule it all thing is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is like Hal Jordan before he gets parallaxed and becomes evil, and that's why he's sitting here like, well, I don't think I deserve to give up my spot or whatever, blah blah blah. And he's making it seem like he doesn't want to give the ring up, knowing that he's up to something else. I don't know, something about Hal Jordan seems like he's up to something different than he would be. And I know this is probably the first time we've seen Hal Jordan on any type of movie recently, but it's just the way that he's acting. It's like he doesn't want to give up his spot to somebody younger. You got any thoughts you want to say?
I do think they are kind of like foreshadowing how Jon Stewart might have to fight him or something like that, like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So I do agree with that because he did say over my dead body.
Okay.
So, they gonna probably do what you say, or Hal Jordan's gonna die somehow.
Okay, what made you say that from that?
Because he could sacrifice himself, or
so he looked like he was about to sacrifice himself to you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Or he's running from somebody else.
You think he's running from somebody? That's what you got? Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. We don't really know. We ain't seen it yet.
Because there was people shooting at him like he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, but those was humans shooting, so you think they did something on the earth to regular people, even though those beams was coming out the air?
Yeah, that could be possible too.
But I mean, both could be happening at the same time. You're right. I agree with that.
So I do think that, but most of it's probably what you said, the parallax thing, because that does happen.
Yeah, the parallax thing. Well, I'm not sure it's the parallax thing, but it's definitely in my mind how Jordan is going evil.
Yeah,
that's for sure what I think is going on. I do think because it's the not wanting to give up the ring. It's the fact that even though he's supposed to be a substitute lander, instead this is a straight up passed down mentorship. Like I'm just straight up giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of interesting too. I thought honestly, if anything, it'd be how Jordan goes to an issue and the substitute lander Jon Stewart comes to quell the situation. That's what my thoughts was on it. But instead, it's more like, I'm going to make sure, I'm about to force your will to make this ring work for you, basically. Like, I can't give up this. I'm about to make sure the ring goes directly to you. Which is weird because, you know, rings choose themselves. So how come in this situation they're like, all right, we think you're about to be kaput, Hal Jordan. Why don't you just why don't you train this person? We think this should be your replacement. And he's so much younger than Hal Jordan that it's almost like it's supposed to go like that. And that's not the norm. It's almost like they took the buddy cop thing to a whole new level.
If he likes me, everybody is lying to us.
We're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Dangerous part.
Also, that's the Macon's ranch, I believe, and they're supposed to be making fun of Yellowstone, so there's going to be a whole Macon family, and they're going to be stuff. And where we paused it, we just saw Jon Stewart with his lantern, and I think that's going to be a very important scene. Very important. Because it's the first time we've seen the lantern, and he don't got no ring, but he got what he needs.
It's only one question. Are you afraid?
Okay, so
You afraid?
this is where it gets interesting because I'm pretty sure that's Sinestro behind that glass. Now, the funny part is Sinestro was obviously the one that trained Hal Jordan. Of course, we all know that. But he clearly has already made the yellow ring before Jon Stewart has joined the Green Lantern. So I'm assuming that's going to be the big deal. And there's at certain points where Hal Jordan goes evil and surpasses Sinestro on many occasions. What do you think?
I do agree because in certain things there's Hal Jordan going evil because of Sinestro.
Or Parallax.
Because of the yellow.
And he became the Spectre one time.
Yeah, and the yellow ring. He could try to add another
See, you saying yellow ring, what did he say? He said they asked me if I was afraid. I think they hinted at that because that's not even what they ask you. That he said it almost like he had a real job interview. It's not how the Green Lantern, unless in this movie it works different, they float and track to how much willpower that you got. There is no interview. So if somebody asks you how much fear you got, that almost seems like a hint that yellow power is really the power that's with the shit. In the Sinestro we just saw still have the Green Lantern symbol on his chest. So they might be trying to say he's figuring it out how Jordan's going to be evil with him. Or Al Jordan calls himself going undercover because it's like a cop show and acting like he's Team Sinestro.
Do it like how they did in the Justice game.
Maybe. I ain't going to argue with that. Maybe. This is him showing how little fear he has.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
I was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
Then go and get it.
I think
John
that's.
Stewart.
I'm pretty sure that's a Guardian disguised as a woman. Either that or it's Carol Ferris. But I believe if it is Carol Ferris, they said there shouldn't be any other ring powers in the show. So the idea that Atrocitus is in the show is kind of like it's a leap. But because if I was, and I know I'm not no showrunner, but if I was to do it, I would have had them go to O with Jon Stewart, show Bro in the reserves. Since Guy Gardner was already in the movies, have it seem like he just pops up, but he does the movie stuff, and then you slowly build up the show, and you get to see everybody. Even though they've said, I know I ain't seen it in this, but they have talked about other Green Lanterns names that were very alien. So I'm assuming we're gonna see some more Green Lanterns that are of alien origins, but we're just not seeing them in the trailer, which is kind of a bummer because it's like space police. Why would I want to see them be earthly police? But at the same, I ain't gonna lie, first video issues, we do apologize. We're gonna stop it right there. But what I think I generally thought of the show was I thought it was gonna be built up a little differently than it was. I still like it. I like the concept of it a lot. I like the fact that he's putting them through dangerous situations to see if his will can activate the ring from him while he's still alive. I find that really interesting. And I don't think it goes with the lore because he doesn't have Abin Sur's ring. So if the story is I'm just holding a ring, this isn't necessarily my ring, it's actually your ring, but right now I'm using it, so I'm passing it down to you. It's a little bit more understandable because the idea is Hal Jordan has Abin Sur's ring, and Jon Stewart, even though he's a substitute, he gets his entirely own ring. As a matter of fact, Jon Stewart goes way farther than him and becomes an important person in the Green Lanterns to where he's still working in space instead of being a regular human. He's still out there doing this thing. So like, he's not even normal in any means. I don't know. I still enjoy the show. You have any comments that you got to say about the show?
I mean,
anything you want to see?
I kind of want to see a couple things, like how he still gets his ring. Like,
oh, how got his ring in the first place?
Yeah, like flashbacks of those. And then I kind of want to see Sinestro, like see what he fully does. Not
what he did to get locked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That too. And I want to see flashbacks of Jon Stewart, cause how he's gonna get his. Like, I know they're gonna show it, but like who he is in that scenario.
Yeah.
Like, how did he know the skills he knows? Even though they were showing him boxing and sniping, like how did he meet Hal Jordan in his situation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did they just meet at the airport?
Well, that being said, clearly the Guardian on that one, I'll give you that. The Guardians clearly had him directly train him. So even though she wasn't a little blue creature, she was a Guardian. I'm assuming she was a Guardian. Either that or she's Carol Ferris, but why would Carol Ferris care about if he does a better job?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume that's a Guardian in disguise because they've yet to show a Guardian. They've yet to show any aliens. Yeah. And I want to be clear, Green Lanterns is literally about aliens. It's about aliens, and these are the first human Green Lanterns ever. So the fact that their whole rituals getting started on Earth makes entirely no fucking sense. But I digress. I still think the show will be good. Continue, Patrick.
I do think this show will be good, and I can't wait to see it. But no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. Like, what happened to them for how, like, we saw on TV, Lil Jon Stewart seeing Hal Jordan. I kind of
was looking up to him. Okay, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, what inspired him even more?
Well, you know, he got chosen, so it wouldn't even matter if he was inspired, but it's cool that he was inspired. I agree with that, though. It's really cool that he got to see Hal Jordan. See, that part bothers me, though, because it's like, this show definitely is completely different from the DCU, because if it was anything to do with the DCU, for one, Green Lantern's showing up in the DCU at all? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. This is different. But Guy Gardner.
They didn't show him.
Yeah, but to that, Guy Gardner popped up before you see Jon Stewart, which is some shit that wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think he would be in the Justice League before Jon Stewart's in the Justice League. That just don't make sense. It's more like they both exist at the same time, and if anything, Guy Gardner was discovered first because he's the original substitute Green Lantern. And see, that's my issue. Guy Gardner getting his own ring, but because people like Jon Stewart, we're going to play like he the motherfucker that deserves the ring more. And it's not even like that. He uses it far better. And that's arguable. Because realistically, and I'm not going to make this long because it's not like we got a bunch of time, but I'm going to say this. Hal Jordan, his willpower is so strong that his constructs would come out pure. And like, that's why it's usually like a boxing glove. It's very strong, it's very dense. Like and I think they kind of showed that with the way that it flowed up, because they didn't really show Jon Stewart use the ring, because the way he uses the ring is far more technical because he has an architect background, he's in the military. The way he uses it and his thought process on even using it is a lot more militaristic. So I want to see the differences in how they use the lantern rings, and I think they're forgetting there's Kyle Rayner, and I don't really necessarily think they need to use Simon Baz and all them, but like the original 4 Green Lanterns could be utilized perfectly on top of all the alien Green Lanterns in a good way, and it'd be the best show ever. Green Lantern is truly my favorite hero. He truly is. Like, I'm surprised I don't got this tatted on me. Like, nigga, truly my favorite hero. And I understand it's not even necessarily his power. I like that part too. It's not his power, it's how great of a man he is. That's why he deserves this power. I enjoy that. Anything else, or you think that's about it?
I'm not a big Lantern fan. That's all him. So I don't really have too much to say. But I am happy that this show is coming out, because I kind of want to learn lanterns myself.
Though you're going to learn a kind of funny version of it's not exactly the version. I'm like, nigga, they going to ask you in the interview, are you afraid of something? That doesn't even make sense. That only makes sense. Because you got to think, when you watch the original, fuck. I don't even want to get into it. But if you get into the original Green Lantern thing, they didn't even understand the yellow power existed till Sinestro got the ring. So it's almost like he's bringing up fear like y'all don't know fear exists yet. Like y'all don't know how bad it could get yet. Like that's what's killing me about Hal Jordan. It's like he wants you to know that fear is going to be utilized in this. It's very interesting. It's too bad they're not putting any other lanterns in it. I think it'd be a waste to use anything else besides like maybe Carol Ferris. And you kind of
Kilowog.
Kilowog? That doesn't count. I was talking about other colors. I said all Green Lanterns. You good. I said all Green Lanterns. I'm talking about people like Carol Ferris, Saint Walker.
Oh.
Like them, the rest of them wouldn't matter. Like, of course, I would love to see Larfleeze, but it wouldn't even make sense for the show. But I bet they do it, just like they did all this stuff with the Flash. They added anybody they could add to the Flash. Yeah. I guess I'm just glad it's not a CW show and it's an HBO show. So go ahead and continue to like, subscribe, and share. Or for the first time ever, because this is our first time doing it. We're gonna get better as we try, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure we're well researched on both ends. My brother got a lot of knowledge on these things, but we gonna get this down to a science to where we both won, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't 100%. I could have been more prepared for this, but I appreciate you watching. He appreciates you watching.
Yeah, I do.
Please like, subscribe, and share this feed. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.